met me 2018. You come for this house.
I think I'm a little bit toxic. I think I'm a little bit. Yeah.
It's straightforward again.
That's nice of her.
It's good. It's straight talker. That's
Stuff like that. We've not really like spent time in close proximity.
Nigerians sometimes just like bad behavior. No, you cannot say they have bad behavior.
Right, you've done enough by picking us as BFF. So enjoy your bed.
Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, still from Pop with Lillian, keeping you updated on today's midnight rave. So while the BFF moved upstairs, Ilebaye took the opportunity to ask CeCe what is that she actually did to her, or rather what is that she's doing in the house that is making people to react towards her in a certain way. And CeCe was like, are you asking me this so you can change? But Ilebaye said, I just want to find out what is that I did. And CeCe started telling Ilebaye that she feels you like to trigger things, that you intentionally want to cause trouble, that anytime you see that there is peace or something, you try to create problem, and that you're very self-aware. You know when you're doing these things. Like, in fact, when people try to defend you, I say, no, this girl knows what she's doing. And she went ahead to give Ilebaye instances on where such a thing has happened. She even reminded Ilebaye of the time she told her to go and get wipes upstairs. Meanwhile, she had wipes right there in the restroom. And CeCe also went ahead to start giving her instances I mentioned, and now asked Ilebaye, what were you doing on that music, on that system, that sound system? And Ilebaye said she was just in the mood to create something, that she writes poem, so she felt like, and she was feeling moody and felt like going there to do something. That being that she was high, she took some alcohol, she was just in a certain mood that she needed to do something. And CeCe said, then that's that problem I'm talking of. You do not write music, you don't know how to create beats, so what were you doing there? That you just like triggering things. But then she feels it's a small picking problem that is disturbing you, that had it been you met the CeCe of 2018, you would definitely can ask Big Brother for your voluntary exit. And the Ilebaye now said, how about you, if we start talking about this, the way you reply to me sometimes, your face, the other day at the arena, the harsh way you called me madam with a very harsh tone, and when I was trying to hail you when you were the game master, the way you replied me in a harsh way. And CeCe now told Ilebaye, that doesn't have anything to do with you. It's just me. It's my face. It's in my tone. Blah, 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 blah. That in fact, that when people try to defend you, I tell them, you know what you're doing. They should stop defending you. That you know what you do at every particular point in time. Meanwhile, Doyin, after having her little meltdown, went aside to go get her clothes, and while there, she met White Money and Alex, and they started gisting about relationship, life in general. And she mentioned how she can be a little bit toxic in her relationship. That in fact, if she and her boyfriend goes like a week without quarreling, she will raise a topic or try to put in something that will cause trouble. That she's just that way. And Alex said, well, she doesn't think that's healthy, but she knows a lot of girls do that. They try to, create little problem here and there between them and their boo, so they will fight. And then he said, yes, she does it, but then she's grateful that the kind of men she dates are corporate men, that they don't really go about with the whole little chaos she was trying to create. They just sort it out, squash it, and that's just it. Meanwhile, from there, they started talking about toxic vibe, and Alex said she hasn't forgiven herself with the altercation she had with Ike, being that she's the type that mentors children, secondary school children, on toxicity. That how will she feel now talking to them on how to control their temper?
But I'm very interesting to date because I know how to spice it up and just make it.
Doyin advised Alex to try and forgive herself, that they are just women and it's bound to happen. Meanwhile, CeCe, New, Pere, and Doyin, we are having conversation regarding finale. And CeCe said, with the way this game is going, this is the 7th week, that people should not sneak in into the final week. That she hopes she hopes by ninth week, Big Brother will put every housemate up so people don't get to sneak in into the finale. That some people does not deserve to be in the final. And Doyin was like, what do you really mean by some people did not deserve to be in the final? That anybody that stays in the house till that week definitely deserve to be there. But CeCe said no, that she has her own opinion regarding that. That sometimes fans might not really want a particular person to go into the final, but maybe out of the person not being nominated or something happens and the person sneaks in into the final, and that can happen if maybe the person is hiding in the house, playing safe, being diplomatic with everybody. That it can actually lead to that. But then Doyin has a different opinion regarding that. And then they started talking about fans. And Doyin said, even talking about fans, that sometimes Nigerians love problematic people. That the whole fan base thing is just grace, because at times somebody might be doing too much and yet we not even get a huge fan base. Meanwhile, the person that is causing trouble and toxic has the whole fan base. That she wouldn't like to mention a name, but somebody that is not in this house has a very huge fan base that she used to wonder, like, why are they following, why are these people this person's fan? That she keeps wondering why that person has such a huge fan base. And CeCe tries to clear that it's all about personality. You know, if you have a strong personality, you would definitely have people that can relate with you. But don't say no, that is just Nigeria and how they love crazy people. Well, she says she just thinks that the whole thing revolves around grace. And CeCe said yes, won't even need grace to have a strong personality as well. Kim, still angry with Amashala, was like, can you imagine she wore her BFF dress expecting to be, taken upstairs, that she doesn't really like that she's downstairs this week. And White Money now told her that, do you know that if not that Doyin had an agreement with Cross and that she's a girl of her word, that you won't even smell upstairs. And she said yes, she knows, and she appreciates Doyin for having that virtue. That is not everybody that will stick to their word. And White Money told her yes, that Doyin definitely stands by her word. And Kim now proceeded to say yes, that it's even today that she had a conversation with Doyin, that she doesn't really know her that much. And I'm like, somebody that you spent 1 week upstairs, you don't know that. These housemates can be funny though. That is just this evening that they had conversation. And if you can remember, Kim mentioned Doyin in the diary during nomination, although hers doesn't count. But when Big Brother asked her if you were a housemate and was asked who would you, and she mentioned New and Doyin, saying that being that the least people she has connected with in the house. Okay, moving on. White Money and Ilebaye seems to be getting along pretty well. Although I don't know, because same White Money nominated Ilebaye. But White Money decided to teach Ilebaye how to play the snooker game. Alex is still not happy with Big Brother. She said she really feel Big Brother was unfair with Prince Nelson. And someone said, don't conclude. You won't know until you go out and find out what really played out. That don't be in the house and be saying, oh, this happened. That we don't even know how the game is going about. Nobody knows what's happening outside. CeCe and Doyin together with Pere were having conversation regarding Ilebaye initially. And CeCe was telling them on how Ilebaye planned to use Ike to pepper New. Although that didn't play out, because Ike was gisting her on the type of dance, how Ilebaye was moving in the party. And she said, well, although she doesn't want to take Ike's word, not knowing what really happened. But while in the room that Saturday night, and Ike was talking her to bed, at the time she was, not responding, and Ilebaye was not telling Ike, oh, she's tipsy, leave her, don't talk to her. Anyways, from there, they started advising Pere regarding the Kim and Cross dynamic. And while CeCe was telling Pere, just remove yourself from this triangle. Whether anything is happening or not, You might not like the perception that will come out from it. And Pere was telling them nothing is really going on, that he knows these two people very well, that nothing is happening between Cross and Kim. But Doyin kept insisting that something is going on because she has stayed with them upstairs. While they were having this conversation, Kim walked in and they switched and started talking in code. And then they switched the whole conversation to Ike. And CeCe saying that she really miss Ike. Ike is a ride or die. That when she's out of here, she'll definitely be talking to Ike. And did you all notice that when she started talking with Ike, Ike became very hot? That almost everybody in the house wanted Ike. And Doyin said no. That is not on that level. Oh. That they felt you were using him and wanted to save him. That they were like a kind of going to him to advise him, this girl is using you, this girl is toiling with you. But then CeCe said no, that Ike told her that, she started getting attention. Immediately the both of them bonded. And Kim now agreed and said yes, that Ike even told her same thing, that he moving with CeCe really created some sort of attention towards him in the house. And after Kim stood up to leave, Doyin got really pissed off saying, people in this house can't lie you. Why will you come and say this? That was it not she and Kim that had a conversation with Ike regarding the whole CeCe thing. Now you're coming here to say, Ike was getting attention. And she said, I beg, let her go and sleep, that people in this house can't lie. Why Money asked Omashola how is this show popping outside of the house, that when they entered, was it trending? And Omashola said that he was even praying for Big Brother to call him and even ask him to just walk in and walk out, that was enough for him, that should give him a hint on how this show is buzzing outside. And Mercy now said that, did you know that when Big Brother invited them, that Kim was asking Fraud, what are you going in there to go and do? What are you going on that show to go and do? But voila, 5th week, and Kim entered the house. Well, she doesn't just want to say it though, so it won't be as if she's causing wahala. But imagine somebody who said, what are you going on this show to go and do? To come into the same show. I should know what that means. Meanwhile, while the BFFs are lobbying for, even if it is a day, for them to sleep in the HOH room, Omashola insisted no, that they can't even go near that bed, because coming into the house, his wife warned him that she doesn't want to see anybody on his bed.
Do you want to go downstairs? You want to isolate?
CeCe said that sounds like something she can tell her partner as well. And they all thanked Omashola for selecting them and promised not to go near the bed. Meanwhile, Ilebaye has opted to sleep in the couch, as she says she doesn't want to go downstairs. She just wants to chill upstairs. And CeCe was like, are you isolating? This is not the week to isolate though. But then Omashola said, well, that respecting your partner should come very easy, that being that the wife was bothered about something like this happening, he just wants to respect her. That the wife said, don't share bed with anybody. Don't go on any lady's bed. Any lady should come to your bed. And he wants to keep to his words. And I'm like, wow. Wow, I guess Famchi never told Fraud that. Anyways, families differ. It may seem as though Kim was able to decode the whole discussion between Pere, Doyin and CeCe. And Kim is now asking Pere, why will even give listening ear to such discussion? Such discussion should never even come up in your presence. That was she not the one who was always coming to you, trying to have conversation, always asking you, how are you doing? But then you were backsliding. And Pere now told Kim that the reason he had to do that is that Cross has been following you up and down. That Cross never lets you breathe. How will he even have a conversation with you? Will he now come and be following you and Cross up and down? And Kim said, well, that you, the Pere she knows outside, is not the same Pere here. That the energy changed. That she was even shocked that you and Lucy became so tight, being that she and Lucy entered this house same day, but you decided to go to Lucy. And Pere said no, that Lucy was the one moving towards him. Lucy, don't suffer. And he said that he was even shocked to see you here, being that you said you're not coming on this show. And now coming here, only for Cross to be following you like honey and bee. That no, there's no way he's going to fight with his guy over a woman. Anyways, this just confirmed what Messi said about Kim not coming on the show. For Pere to say, oh, he was surprised to see Kim on this show. Anyway, sorry for the little digression. Pere told her that, I've known you for 2 years. And Kim said, yes. And this is not you. This is not how, you're not laid back outside of here. And Pere said, yes, because there is a way the house is. But if it was outside of here, definitely you won't even give Cross a chance. But being that the house is so small, there is no way he will come and be following you up when Cross is already there. And that he has noticed that for any time he comes close, Cross is always frowning and angry. And he has decided to remove himself from that perception so he doesn't look stupid. And he said with the whole conversation with CeCe and Doyin that he was even trying to clear up this perception by trying to tell them that nothing is going on between you and Cross. But then Kim now told him that you're just acting based on your own calculation.
When I get out of the house, maybe I can have a conversation with whoever.
It's a wrap on this part of the Midnight Gist. Do well to watch the part B, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Not gonna have a tussle.